We've said to you for a while, this is a brief scenario of the way we've been describing your relationship with your life and your world and your inner being and your eternal nature. You were source energy before you came into this body, and the larger part of you still is source energy. Here you are in this physical body doing really important things, expanding. And if you are expanding in joy, then you're doing what you intended to do in the way you intended to do it. You didn't come to suffer. You didn't come to fix things that are broken, because nothing is broken. You came for joyous expansion. And contrast, variety is necessary for that to happen at all. So you came to explore the contrast, knowing what you don't want and therefore knowing what you do want, sort of sifting through life experience and coming to your own clarity of what you prefer. And each time, whether you know that you're doing it or not, you're launching those rockets, and your inner being, who, as we said to you, remained non-physically focused, receives every impulse of desire that comes from you and focuses upon it and becomes it internally and eternally, and focuses upon what you've asked for, no matter how big or small you deem the request to be. And it becomes a vibrational component of your true, we have not said those words to you before in this way, of your true point of attraction. So what we're just saying to you is your inner being stands in your true point of attraction. It's the agreement that you had with yourself when you came into this physical body. I'll go forth, I'll bang around, I'll find stuff I don't want, I'll discover stuff I do want incrementally, I'll keep letting you know what I want. And your inner being said, and we will hold fast to those things that you asked for. We will be your true point of attraction. Now think about it. Law of attraction is responding to every vibration in the universe and putting together those things that are like. And so when you ask for something and your inner being focuses upon it, and the powerful law of attraction is responding to your inner being, we want to bring to your attention the difference between the point of attraction of your inner being and what your human point of attraction might be. And here's the only thing that you need to know that is different. Your inner being is consistent. Your inner being never deviates from that point of attraction, which means that's why it's so powerful. There's no resistance within it. You, however, don't always maintain that consistency. You've got beliefs that are in your way, past experiences that are in your way, things that you're observing in your way, people that you're talking to are in your way. And that's all right, because that's part of the sifting and sorting process. We're not trying to say that you're doing something wrong. In fact, you're doing something very right. We just want you to be aware that the emotions that you feel at all times are about your vibrational relationship with your true point of attraction. So when you feel exhilarated, you've closed that gap. You're moving in the direction of it. That's what satisfaction is. In fact, that's the only place that satisfaction can ever come from. Satisfaction is about this. You have launched a desire, and you, in the moment of your satisfaction, are moving in the direction of it. Dissatisfaction is you have launched a desire, and you, in the moment of dissatisfaction, are moving in opposition of it. It really is as simple as that. So as you decide that you want to feel more satisfied, then the first thing that you must do is teach yourself what feels satisfying and what doesn't feel satisfying. You've got to stop faking it till you make it, and you've got to stop telling yourself stories, and you've got to stop pretending to others that you're happy when you're not. The smile on your face is not the true indicator of your satisfaction. It might be. So the question is this smile that I'm smiling, or is this exhilaration that I'm feeling, is this what the receptive mode feels like? And we say a smile with exhilaration is absolutely that. A smile with the feeling of satisfaction is absolutely that. It's your indication that you are in the receiving mode of your true guidance, of your true point of attraction. But if you're feeling any form of dissatisfaction, it just means you're in a different receiving mode. Esther has accomplished, and you'll see it sometime along this voyage. Tracy ordered them, the office received them, they shipped them here, they're on board. And one night, not far from now, they'll be on your bed while you're at dinner. She considered a bumper sticker. But she really doesn't like a bumper sticker on her car so much, and she didn't think that it would be a good idea for you to run around with a bumper sticker that says, under the influence. So instead, it's a dash card that you lay on the dash or on your dressing table in front of a mirror. In other words, you could put it anywhere you want. Esther likes it in her vehicles because it reflects back. You can't read it when you look at it. It looks like some foreign language. But when you lay it on your dash, it reflects into the windshield and says to you, under the influence. And it makes Esther ask, moment after moment, under what influence am I? Am I under the influence of my full connection? Am I under the influence of my Abraham friends? Or am I under the influence of something that I've been worried about? Am I in concert with who I really am? And the next question is, how satisfied am I? Is this a satisfying moment in time? Because if it is, if you feel satisfied for any reason, it doesn't even have to be the reasons that you think that it should be about. It could be for any reason. Find anything to feel satisfied about. You could have 10 important things in your life and be dissatisfied with 9 of them in the moment because they haven't manifested in the way that you want them to. And if you could focus upon the one thing in which you feel satisfaction, the other 9 must come into place and must come fast, because satisfaction is the open vortex. It's the open valve. It's the open conduit to your connection with all that you are. So as we're moving forward in the hours that are before us, that's what we'll be talking about. What influence are you under? And it takes a little bit of practice. We played with Esther for many days. And now on a given day, she asks herself hundreds of times, am I satisfied? Am I satisfied? And what she's noticing is when she's satisfied, the universe seems to knock itself out to make her satisfaction even more. And if she's dissatisfied, the universe seems to knock itself out to make sure that she's dissatisfied even more. Because the law of attraction is a real thing, and you are a real vibrational creator, and you are really all the time offering a vibration, and that vibration is the indication of whether you are under the influence of who you really are or whether you are under the influence of something other than who you really are. And as you begin paying attention to this personally, not just hearing words from somebody who seems to be a know-it-all, that seems to be very confident about what they are speaking to you and speaking it to you consistently and quickly and loudly. Instead, you have your own personal experience where you have tended to your own vibration and you've been aware of what you've been asking for. And you've held yourself in vibrational frequency that feels good to you. And then you have become a consistent one who is consistently in the receiving mode. So that as ideas occur to you and you follow the bliss of the idea of inspiration that comes to you from that receiving mode, and then you feel the timing of it, you feel the perfection of it, and you get to witness one manifestation after another, after another, after another, after another, leading to more and more satisfaction and more trust within you and more sense of worthiness, being worthy within you, and then more and more deliberate creation happening with you to the point that you feel invincible. Because you know that you are the creator of your own reality and that you can be or do or have anything that you desire. And you've got your own hands in your own clay, and you're no longer not understanding why things in any moment in time are not feeling so good to you, or maybe not working out so good for you. Esther would say, when something wonderful happens, I did that. And when something not so wonderful would happen, she would say, I did that too. Take responsibility for what you let in, but tend to your vibrational gate. Tend to your vibrational circuits. Make sure that you're in the receiving mode, and make sure which receiving mode it is. Because there are rivers and streams of all kinds of things, because every thought that's ever been thought still exists, and law of attraction gathers them together and presents them to you as signals. And if you haven't practiced your art of receiving, if you haven't practiced your art of allowing your connection with source, if you haven't practiced your art of being satisfied, then you might trip into some strong current that feels like it's real, and it is, and feels like it's valid because it's so strong, that has nothing to do with who you are or what you want. You're in vibrational sync with something in opposition to what you want, and you don't know it because you haven't been paying attention to how satisfied you are. Lots of humans would rather feel negative emotion than no emotion, because at least in negative emotion it feels like you're getting something done. And we want you to feel satisfied, even if it's just soft and simple satisfaction, because that will lead you not only to more of the feelings that are robust and exhilarating and exciting, but to everything that life is showing you. As soon as life shows you that something could be better, you can line up with it and manifest it. You're going to begin to feel invincible. You will begin to feel as if you are the center of the universe, because you are. We're eager to talk with you about whatever matters to you. We will wedge our message in the crack. It is our intention to assist you into the receiving mode. For the most part, when we call you forward, we recognize that you're somewhere in the vicinity of the receiving mode. In other words, you have a strong desire, and we can feel that with a little bit of conversation that you can lean in to allowing what you want. In some cases, you'll be a little further from the receiving mode, and we'll do what we can do with words and examples to show you the way to your receiving mode. Sometimes, if you're in the audience watching a dialogue like that, you might feel annoyed, which means you've left the receiving mode, because it seems like the person isn't getting it. But we've noticed, and some of you have too, that sometimes somebody not getting it is the path to you getting it. Sometimes those conversations are the most valuable contributions to the gathering. So we would like you to relax in these hours that are before us and gather a sense of well-being around you, and acknowledge that a whole lot of things are going to be talked about in this forum, and that you are going to leave at the end of this voyage knowing for sure who you really are, and knowing how to sync up with that powerful, non-physical, focused part of you. Life is supposed to feel good to you. You're supposed to be living happily ever after. And we want you, even in moments of contrast, to understand that so well that it takes the sting out of all contrast and instead reminds you that this was your bargain. You said, I'll go forth and I'll explore and I'll decide and I'll line up and I'll receive and I'll revel in my creative genius. So here you are. Welcome to planet Earth.